the listeners out there, but I know me, and I have a very, very, very low tolerance level for lies, nonsense, BS. And it is because of this low tolerance level that I decided to do this show in relation to black people in America and the lies that our people live in America every day. It boggles my mind how people want to or claim to want freedom. They claim to want independence. They claim to want a better life, real changes in their life, yet their lives are based on lies. Their existence in this society is based on lies. Their names are based on lies. Their religions are based on lies. Everything about the black man and the black woman in America is a lie. They live lies every day. They've conformed to lies. And if you conform to lies, if you choose to live in a lie every day, how do you expect real change, truthful change to come into your life, to better your life? You can't. This is why our people will constantly be moving around in the same circle of lies with no change. None whatsoever. It is a long list of lies that I wrote down, things we're going to lend clarity to and expose in this broadcast. I am the intellectual Nuben Menkares, and this is State of Mentel Radio. And the topic, as I said, for the night is the lies that black people live in America and around the world. Now, I'm one who has established the State of Mentel, which is a future intelligence movement. Future intelligence movement is a group or a collective of people who are focused on the advanced thinking and independent thoughts of matters and subjects in society, for the future evolution of our people. We're the first of our kind, that we're focused solely on the future, and we're not too concerned with the past like everyone else is. We're not concerned with cultural links to foreign lands or titles that we've outlived, like African and things like that. We've grown past these titles. I said that for our people to call ourselves Africans or act as though we're linked genetically to a landmass, when in fact our people have always been all over the planet. To act as though this place is the start or the origin point of all life is false. There's no factual proof of that, because they're constantly finding fossils. They're constantly finding life and things like that. They say that this place is the motherland of everything and that black people come from here. But black people don't realize that the title of Africa, and even calling the continent Africa and marginalizing or sectioning off this place called Africa and coining that phrase and even defining it as a continent came from the Romans, from the white man. They neatly categorized everybody, the Romans and the Greeks, as they were colonizing societies, and they called the people in those sections after African. And in colonizing these people and taking control of these people's land and their areas that they were in, this made it easy, like a filing system. They considered the Africans to be, as they aptly were named, annexed country or annexed landmass of Europe or of Rome. Annexed. A part of or a section of something. Right? Because our people didn't think in continents. We didn't think like in continents or landmass. We didn't think like that. That is a totally European concept. Yet we claim and cling on to this title of African. That is a limitation, especially when the whole planet belongs to us. Why would we marginalize ourselves into a landmass or an area that is linked off and sectioned off? Could it be because we want to identify with the landmass? This is the white man did, like he identified with Europe The Chinese identified with Asia, and they handed us Africa to identify with. We wanted an identity. So we were willing to accept the identity that was handed to us. Just as we accept the identity in the society of all the names we have, the last names, the English last names we have, all brought on by slavery. We're proud of our family name, and we talk about our family name, and we don't think about where these last names and these first names and all these names came from. It's like we conveniently forget that they were slave names, or that they are slave names. That these names were linked onto us as property, and we walk around and we're proud. We have family reunions: the Jefferson family reunion, the Washington family reunion, the Johnson family reunion, the Anthony family reunion. We have all these names, these family reunions, and we're proud of our slave names. That's what we've been trained to be, as if we had a choice in accepting these names. And we pass this mindset on to our children. Think about this something for a second. Do you think if the situation was reversed and we enslaved the white man or any other race, do you think after slavery they would have kept the names that we gave them? Or would they have tried to find out where they came from, or at least pick up or make up their own new names, just as people who are supposedly striving for freedom? They would have chose their own names. They would have disassociated themselves with slave names. But you can't tell black people that. So people who were not going to disassociate themselves with slave names and slave titles and things that were forced upon them obviously still have a slave mentality. That's the truth. Our people have a slave mentality. That's the only real thing out of all of these things that we partake in the society, that we're still slaves mentally. Our people are still slaves. They're not willing to free themselves mentally of the lies. The black woman, permed out, blonde hair weaved in her head, lightening her skin at times, putting wigs on her head to look like white women. Now, the black woman will say, oh, I'm not trying to emulate the white woman. I'm not trying to emulate anybody. I'm just, trying out different hairstyles and things of that nature. What's the big deal? It's a very big deal. I sat and I watched Chris Rock's movie, his documentary where he did on hair. And that was serious. That was a hell of a documentary. I never realized how in tune Chris Rock was, and realizing this problem, because he addressed it from the standpoint that he has young daughters who are already talking about the issue of their hair, and, the issue with their hair, and being upset, from going to school and talking about how their hair is a certain way, how the natural way, doesn't look right. And they, you had women in the documentary perming their children's hair, putting poison, lye, a chemical that's used to clean out sinks and tubs, lye, acid into their heads to straighten their hair. Now, they lightened it. They lightened the dosage of the lye and the relaxers, but there's always a lye base. There's always a lye foundation to it. And black women are burning their heads, burning out their hair, destroying their hairline, putting holes, sores in their scalp, all to live a lie. They don't like their hair, but they'll tell you, oh, my hair's too thick, it's too much to do, so I'm doing this and that and the third. Some will cut their hair down, and that's more bearable. But others will wear wigs, others will perm their hair. The sister who was on the red carpet at the Academy Awards or the Oscars, it was a big thing with her taking her wig off her head and wearing her natural hair to the award. Wendy Williams made a big deal out of it. She said, oh, her being natural is, this, that, and the third, and, I can't do natural. I mean, she look all right, but I prefer her with the wig. In other words, you prefer her with the lie on her head. You prefer her trying to look like a white woman. That is more acceptable to you. How messed up is that? How mentally off is that? You would rather live a lie rather than to find beauty in the truth, beauty in the uniqueness of your hair that no one else has this hair, and try to figure out ways to do that hair. Because the black woman looks as ridiculous with a perm or blonde hair as a white woman would look with an afro on her head. That's how ridiculous a black woman looks with blonde hair or blue eyes, like Little Kim, or lightened skin. At least Little Kim was truthful when she said that she has low self-esteem. She suffers from low self-esteem. She didn't think she was a good-looking woman with her natural features. She was honest, which she gets an A for, because a lot of black women are not honest enough to say that they suffer from this low self-esteem, that was bred into them in society. When you look into a magazine and you don't see your image, your natural image, that you're told that the only way you can fit into a society or into a magazine or in any sort of media outlet is if you're looking like them. That's the truth. And black women just accept that. Do you think white people would have accepted that if we were in power and we said, okay, if the white woman wants to go on the news anchor show or go on a television show, she has to put an afro wig on her head? They would have looked at you like you was crazy. They would have looked at us like we were crazy. You know what the white people would have did? They would have pulled all their money together and started their own television network. They would have pulled all their money together and formed their own picture company, something black people are not willing to do. You got black people who talk about politics and things like that, and they have this idea, where we actually have a say in the society with the politics. Black people actually go out and vote every year, file out in droves. They actually believed that their votes counted for Barack Obama. You got black people who are that delusional. They actually believe that. They actually believe that their votes put him in office. Huh? Do you really think that the powers that be that run this thing are going to take a chance on bringing somebody into office that will not identify with them? Do you really think that? This is why I can't listen to people, certain leaders. I'm not going to name names, certain leaders. I can't take them seriously when they're talking about Barack Obama or politics and things like that. I can't take you seriously. Because to me, you're trying to, perpetrate a fraud. You're not going to tell the people the truth that your vote doesn't count in the society, that these people have already been selected for these positions. You're not going to do that. That the whole race that Barack Obama won was already set up. It was all a big game. Sarah Palin, the old guy who was running against him, I forget what his name is. Come on, think about it. I can't think of his name right now, but he's not important because they really wasn't serious anyway in the first place. They was just running people just to go through the motions and make it look like an election, because they ran the worst people against Barack Obama in order for him to everybody be like, oh well, he's the only one, to vote for, so I guess we better go with him. They ran. It's like, it's either this or them. Somebody, a woman who doesn't, who came out there was acting dumb about, oh, she don't know where Alaska is as opposed to China, some nonsense. They sat up there and ran these people purposely so that the only choice would be Barack Obama. Come on. I mean, can we not see that? I saw that early on. I already knew he won. Way before the voting started, I already knew he won. They was not going to introduce this man into the realm of politics, without having a plan. You really don't think the Republicans or the powers that be that really run this thing, they could have just got some clean-cut white guy or whatever to put him out there, blonde-haired, blue-eyed, all-American white guy to put out there who had some sense of intelligence, smart, educated. They could have put him out there and he would have kicked Barack Obama's behind. Hell, you would have had some black people vote for the white guy with the blonde hair and blue eyes. And that's the truth. You would have had that because a lot of our people, they worship that image. That's the truth. All the black talk and all the, that's our brother and this, that, and the third. It's an illusion. Our people don't really mean that. Our people are okay with how things are in this society. I mean, sure, they bitch and moan and they cry a little bit, but all in all, they're okay with how things are. They don't want things to change. They don't want a so-called revolution. That's an illusion. Certain people set up in the '60s, groups and whatnot, the Panthers, all these guys, they set up and everybody talked about revolution. When in reality, let's be for real, these people just wanted rights. They were a militant form of the civil rights movement. Okay? That's the truth. These people wanted rights. They wanted what they felt was their inalienable rights to carry firearms, to defend this, and they was, defending their rights as Americans. It wasn't about no overthrow of no society or nothing like that. These people just wanted handouts. They wanted rights. They wanted to be like everybody else. They wanted a piece of the pie. A lot of your black revolutionaries just really want a piece of the pie. You understand? How else could you be a so-called black revolutionary and then stand up and take pictures and pose with guns on, and if you're really gonna do something, I don't care what it is, then you're gonna do it. You don't stand up and pose and go on TV and talk and things like that. Are you insane? The fact that they would even have you on TV lets you know it's a joke. A lot of so-called black revolutionaries went on TV, I'm not going to name no names, and they set up with nice suits on and talked real sweet and nice and, talk the black talk and, and I'm a general and, we're going to do this and we're going to do that. But I'm like, you're sitting on TV, sitting on a television show on a network that's controlled by the people that you claim to have a problem with, that you claim are your enemy. How ridiculous is that? How ridiculous is that? How many of you bought into that? Our people, and I'm starting to see this, they will follow nonsense, lies, BS all day because our people have been bred to be artificial and phony in the society. There's no real black people here. It's very few and far in between. We know just by, when we listen to the show and whatnot, we feel like when you're dealing with intelligence radio and higher intelligence, future intelligence radio and the truth, black people run away from that. But if it's some BS about the Matrix or some nonsense and whatnot, our people will listen all day. Some damn movie, they'll listen all day. Some stupidity or some Negro yelling and screaming and cursing and to the top of his lungs about the white man. All that's entertainment. You understand? That's all Jerry Springer. That's the truth. These people don't want to change anything. The revolutionary talk is BS. The powers that be that control the society are not worried about our people in any way, shape, or form, even the so-called militant and loud ones. Because they know these Negroes want to go back. It's just a weekend thing. It's an outlet. You understand? It's like church with the old Negroes. And don't get me started on church, but I am going to get started on church and religion. It's just an outlet. Like our people go to these conscious little circles and they listen to the speakers and everybody gets black for the night. Right? Everybody gets blacked up for the night. Yeah, black power. Ashe. All that. Salam alaikum. We do it all. Then everybody, after the meeting's over, everybody breaks up and they go back home, and you're going to send your children to the white man's schools, and you're going to go to the white man's job, and you're going to go get your check from the white man. The end. That's the truth. That's reality. You understand? Everything else is talk. You guys out here who do those little conscious little shows and whatnot, I think you guys done figured out by now that y'all just entertainment for these Negroes. That's all. Y'all, they don't take you seriously. You just entertainment. And I think they even know that. I think they've even, you know who you are. You guys out there who do all these conscious shows, and you talking about metaphysics and black power and revolution and African science or whatever you talking about. I think you guys done figured out that you just an outlet for these people. They're not taking you seriously. You a social club. You understand? They're not really well ready to live that as a way of life. All right? They're not. Our people still want a handout in this society. They still want somebody to give them something. Take a look at the Moors. These guys actually believe that some contracts and some treaties are going to be honored by the white man. They believe that. They actually believe that some obscure contracts and treaties are going to be honored by the white man, by the powers that be, the government, the people that actually are fighting and upholding the order in this society, keeping the police, the army, the military, everything in order. You actually believe that these people are going to give you a piece of the pie, what they're maintaining. You have your hand out. Do you really believe that? I know they don't believe that. They don't believe that. That's just something to do, to dress up in neat little hats and funny hats, and everybody congregate and they talk about, you know, what they owe in the society. And I hear a lot of sisters, they join in that stuff. They join in those movements too. They join in that. They becoming a part of that. But it's based on a lie. You know damn well the white man is not giving our people nothing. That's not going to happen. They're not going to. They don't care about no treaties. Ask the American, the so-called Native Americans, how many treaties the white man broke with them. And he likes them. You know, he likes them. He likes the so-called Native American. When he took the land from him, it wasn't personal. It was just, you know, business. Now, imagine him, or imagine you telling him, and he don't even like our people, that we got to share some land with him. Are you serious? I mean, are you Negroes serious? You know, and the reason why, I mean, you know, I usually leave people alone. I don't really care. You know, I don't care. I leave people alone because I understand that, you know, it's just a little, you know, fantasy world. And I know black people got their little fantasy world. They like to ride in their little vehicles and believe certain things. And I understand that. That's fine. That's fine that we got our little fantasy things that we believe in and whatnot. But for the people who are sincere, I say this all the time, for the people who are sincere, who want this truth, the real truth, the whole truth, the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so that you can move forward into the future as productive people, as real movement, as real evolution, then you got to dispel all the myths and the illusions, all the lies that our people are living in this society. You got to. You have to bravely do that. This is not to get at anybody or to hate on anybody, because I don't hate on anybody. I don't care. You know, I mean, you know, a lot of people will listen to this show later. We don't got no listeners right now, but people will come in as time goes on and listen to the show, and they'll pick up in the archives and listen. But this is dealing with reality. This is straight reality, pure reality, factual. We're dealing with factual, life and death. See, this is real. See, because you can't have real change in this society unless, you know, you're real yourself. If you're not real yourself, if you're not dealing with reality, then no one's going to take you seriously. The white man don't take our people seriously because he know you Negroes are full of crap. He knows all the movements that you represent are full of crap. He knows that. He knows you not to be taken seriously. That's why he makes jokes about you in the movies, on TV. Okay? He makes jokes about you. He makes jokes about you in religion. He'll make movies like the Blues Brothers and have you Negroes in there jumping up and down and dancing like a bunch of jackasses, like you do in the church, falling all down and rolling all over the floor and screaming and foaming at the mouth to the top of your lungs. You understand? Some reverend sliding across the stage and whatnot. They picked James Brown to play the reverend when they was making fun of you Negroes. They was making fun of black people. You're a joke. That's the truth. That's the truth in this society. Now, truth is hard to swallow. Truth is hard to swallow. You understand? When you start telling the truth to our people, they clear out of the room like roaches. They run out the room like roaches. When you point to the black woman and tell her, look, why are you ashamed of your natural hair? Why are you perming your hair? Why you got a wig on your hair? Why are you coloring your hair? What's wrong with you? Ain't nothing wrong with me. Leave me alone. I don't want to talk about it. But she go, it's my choice. I can do whatever I want. Yeah, you can do what you want. You wear your hair any way you want to. But if you have a daughter, you know what I mean, you as a woman, you're already pretty much set in your way of thinking. But if you have a daughter who's growing up, who you hope to instill some type of self-esteem in, you're doing a very bad job. Just looking at you, what you do to yourself, what you put yourself through to look like other women because you don't like your image. That's the truth. That speaks volumes. When you see these black women talking about black pride and being proud of being a black woman, but you got a perm on your head, you trying to lighten up your skin, you trying to look like other women. You're not representing who you are naturally as God gave you your hair to grow out of your head. You're not proud of that. God made a mistake. This is what you believe. You want to be like everybody else. You'll stick a wig on your head. You'll put chemicals in your head to burn your hair out, to take your hair out. That's the curse right there. That's the curse for being disobedient and going against your natural self. Burns in your head, scars, scabs. You black men, a lot of you wonder where you get tumors from in your body. Don't you know that the top of your scalp has open pores where your hair grows out, and when you put the lye in there, it actually is seeping down into your scalp, into your skull. It can eat that stuff. Can eat through the skull. That's acid. It can eat through your skull. Then you black men who got these perms wonder where you get these tumors from. You wonder, some of you getting brain cancer. Some of you getting like all types of cancer. You wonder where you getting this from. You putting chemicals in your skin or on your skin, and it's seeping through the pores in your skin. But a lot of you can't hear that because what you hear and what you see is that the black woman is ugly. She don't look right with her natural hair. This, that, and the third. You know, the women who sit up in the church, they do the same thing. They talk about how much they love God, and God is great, and God is good, and this, that, and the third. But, okay, if that's the truth, then why are you perming and breaking and straightening your hair and trying to look like other women? God gave you your hair looking like that, natural. What's wrong with your hair? Why can't you just maintain your hair? Oh, well, it's just hair, this, that, and the third. Well, then if it's just hair, then maintain your own hair. Obviously, to you, it's not just hair. If you sit up and you spend $200 or $300 on a hairstyle, obviously it's not just hair to you. It's more than that. It's more than that. The black woman in her relationships, right? She will be with a man who doesn't really want her, you know, because the black man now has been geared toward thinking solely about sex. Right? His ways of thinking when it comes in terms of the black woman is limited. He actually will take another type of woman, the woman with the flowing hair. See, because the black women, you know, they try to get that flowing hair look like you see on those things, those hair care commercials when they try to get the flowing hair when the black woman's hair don't flow naturally. That's not how the black woman's hair moves. He wants those kind of women because he grew up probably in his household watching his mother and his aunts and all them trying to emulate the hairstyle of white women. So later on down the line, he went and might seek out a woman who's not black. He might seek out like a Latino woman or some type of white woman or somebody Asian, somebody who's not black, because he's watching the black woman perm her hair like a white woman or sew Asian hair into her head. He doesn't see strong black women who are unapologetically black and proud of who they naturally are and standing on that. See, because that stands out. That intimidates people. I'm going to tell you something. Honestly, those type of black women will actually get more play in the society nowadays. They get more respect in this society than the black woman who doesn't think much of herself, because people can see that a mile away about you. They can see that a mile away about you when you don't have any real respect for yourself, when you're not strong in who you are, when you're ashamed of who you are. They can see that, and they can smell that on you. And it's a turnoff. Big turnoff. Black women will sit in society, they will sit in dead-end jobs. They'll sit in dead-end relationships. They'll be linked in with a circle of people, right? And they'll put energy into that small circle. They'll sit in the church, right? just to socialize. They'll go to church just to socialize. They tell that lie that they really there for God and Jesus and all this other nonsense when they not really there. They just there to socialize. It's a big party. Just like the conscious little get-togethers are nothing but a big party. All right? That's all it is. It's something to socialize, talk people. Guys are there to rap to girls. That's all it is. It's nothing beyond that. Because I guarantee you, once you start trying to get them to do something, once you start getting the people that really attend these things to do something real, make a real change, they'll scatter like roaches. Because they're not there for that. They're there for that outlet. Reality to them, real life to them, is going to work for the white man, coming home, paying their bills, and that's it. You are nothing but an outlet. The church is nothing but an outlet. This is why the Reverend, when you go there, he puts on a show for you. He puts on a concert. This is the old church is the old folks' outlet. It is their concert every Sunday. It's their Sunday morning concert. That's the reality. That's what they're there for. They're not there for God. They're not there for Jesus. They don't care about none of that. It's their Sunday morning concert. It's their time to socialize, gossip, talk crap about each other. You see what she got on? You see what he wearing? Yeah, you heard about brother such and such. You know, laughing, joking. That's what it's all about, socializing. Because I guarantee the message, when you're dealing with reality and the message of something greater, our people are not going to, the majority of our people are not going to show up for that. Trust me, I know. When you're dealing with serious things, our people don't show up for that. BS, our people are there in droves. Nonsense, our people are there in droves. You know, because that's entertainment to them. Conscious movement, the conscious talk and whatnot, they're there in droves because they don't take that seriously. These guys are finally learning in the conscious talk with all of the theatrics and all of the screaming and the yelling and things that they do and all the cursing and all the foul language that goes on in there. They learning that they're entertaining the people. They entertainers. That's it. You're there to entertain. You are the court jester. That's what you are. Serious black revolutionary that you think you are. You are nothing but the court jester to these people. You're a joke. They come and they'll sit and hear certain people make deep speeches. Some people go, oh, that speech was deep, you know. But how did it change your life? How did it make you a better person? How is it going to change your condition? How is it going to get you out of the projects or out of the bad neighborhood? How is it going to give you protection in your life where you got to come home and you got to see a Negro standing around with their pants hanging down, talking about nothing, doing nothing? How is that going to make life better for you? Because some Negro talked about some nonsense that's going on in the Middle East. You could care less about the Middle East. The Middle East is not going to feed your family. What's going on in the Middle East is not going to feed your family. What's going on with Barack Obama and what's going on with that whole political thing, you ain't got nothing to do with that. It has nothing to do with our people. Politics never had anything to do with our people. The only time politics had anything to do directly with our people is when we got freed out of slavery. And even then, that wasn't about us. That was about breaking the South's back financially. It wasn't even about us. We have nothing to do with the politics here in the society. They're going to decide who's going to be in charge, period. Your vote doesn't mean anything. Any Negro that's sitting up here talking that nonsense about, yeah, you know, we need to get behind the brother because Barack Obama and get behind it, you know what? They full of it. They part of the lie. They part of the farce. These people are in on the lie. Why? Because they're trying to distract you. Anybody that's not being truthful, totally truthful in this day and time, in this society, you serving the beast. You with the lie. We're going to just be straight. You with the lie. Our people can't afford to be lied to anymore in this society. Our people can't afford that. You black women, y'all can't afford to have men lying to you anymore. How much more can you take? How much more can you sit up here and listen to BS among BS? Then you wonder why your children are not sitting in the church or in the mosque or in or at the temple or wherever you go. You wonder why they don't want to sit with you. You wonder why they don't want to talk to you. You wonder why they are mentally disconnected from everything you talked about and that you're talking about. You wonder why. Because they can smell BS quicker than you. They're more intelligent. They're more advanced. They would respect the truth. Okay? And the truth is not what our people are willing to give. See, because once you start telling the truth, a lot of people got to step down off of the podium. A lot of people got to step down off of the pulpit. A lot of people got to step down off of the political arenas and stop lying to our people like you're really going to change things and make things better when you're not. A lot of our people want you to believe that they're important and that what they say really counts. Listen, the only person's word that counts is the person who's telling the truth. The whole truth and nothing but the truth. That's the only person who you should be listening to. Why else would you listen to anything else? Why would you even care? Unless you just want to be entertained with foolishness. See, because you can get enough people, you get 1 million people to be entertained by foolishness. And the powers that be the control of society, they know that. They bred our people to be stimulated by foolishness, by lies, by BS, nonsense. Why do you think they constantly stay turning out reality shows or virtual reality shows, reality that they create? And our people are the biggest consumers of this garbage, right? Because we like lies. They're getting our minds set to a certain submental way of thinking, and we buying into it. We buying into it. Yet you think that you will produce people. The whole goal is to produce people that are moving forward in the society, a better people. This is not the case. Star, you could tell our people in religion that there is no Jesus Christ. You can show them factually where the life of Jesus was copied from an Egyptian deity, and the whole mother and child thing of Mary came from an Egyptian character called Horus, and the mother Mary came from his mother Isis or Set. You can show where the whole story is copied down, and how the Romans and the Greeks, and when they were putting together the Catholic Church, how they plagiarized the story and brought it over into religion. They just copied it. Now, you can show our people up and down that the life of Jesus is plagiarized and that there's no real Jesus, but our people will still go to church and be like, in the name of Jesus, whatever, I don't care, I like how it's done. So, in other words, you don't care about the truth. You don't care about the truth. You would rather live a lie because you like how the lie feels. You like how the lie sounds. You don't want the truth. You can't handle the truth, like Jack Nicholson was saying in the that movie, A Few Good Men. You black people, our people cannot handle the truth. Then you wonder why nothing ever happens for you. There will be no revolution, no freedom for you black people. None. And I say you black people because I don't count myself amongst those of you who are telling lies. I am an evolutionary man. I accept the truth wholeheartedly. I'll be the first one to step out. I'm not going to sit up here and tell lies. I'm not going to tell my children lies. I'm not going to tell them that politics is going to help them, that there's a Jesus Christ, that there's an Easter bunny, that there's a Santa Claus. All the lies you Negroes have been conned into upholding in the society, that that if we believe in some treaties and some contracts, the white man going to give you some land. That's a bunch of BS. That some God going to come out of the sky and put white people and everybody into slavery and into bondage, and you can have all the white women and everybody you want as concubines. You already know, teach that nonsense. I'm not going to teach my children that nonsense. I'm not going to lie to them. Those are delusional ideas and beliefs of people who are mentally disconnected, people who are off mentally. Right? That's what that is. Let's call a spade a spade. Let's set the truth aside from the lies, because that's all we deal with in the state of mental. We deal with the truth, and a lot of people are going to hate our people. We're going to be hated for that, or people are going to stay the hell away from us because we hate it for telling the truth. See, our people don't really want the truth. The majority of our people don't want the truth. So the ones of our people who really want the truth, those are the ones who are going to inherit the earth. Those are the ones who are going to be left standing as a remnant of the black race. See, because a lot of our people are going to die off with everybody else in the society because you are under the same delusional. You've chosen to put yourself under the same sub-mental way of thinking as everybody else. You've chosen to be delusional. See, the white man, the powers that be that run the society, they deal with the truth. They deal with the truth every day. They know they got to go out and take oil. They know they got to go out and conquer lands and whatnot. They know they got to do that. And a lot of people are sit up here and talking about, oh yeah, that's messed up. You know, that's messed up what happened to Gaddafi and stuff like that. But you Negroes, when your gas go down in your cars and whatnot, and the oil gets cheaper or the gas gets cheaper, you ain't saying nothing about it then. If you benefit from what they doing over there in Iran or Iraq or wherever they doing over there, the United States is doing, conquering the land or whatever, and you benefit in some kind of way, I bet you won't be griping then when the gas gets cheaper. Or what has to happen when these people go out and conquer these lands and whatnot to maintain a way of life here, right? That you like to live so much, that you hate the so-called white man and you hate this society so much, yet you'll sit down in Starbucks and drink a latte. You'll go and buy you a pair of Timbs or a Yankee Fitted, right? Smoke your good weed that you got compliments of the society, you know. The powers that be that brought that good weed over here that you think them rosters and them dreads smuggled in here. They didn't smuggle a damn thing in here. They know that they bringing it in here. They don't care. The government, they don't care. They don't care if you Negroes stay medicated because they know you're not going to do nothing. They know that. They don't care if you Negroes smoke your weed and talk your revolution. And you Negroes, all you guys trying to really do, y'all just trying to smoke your weed, get your Timbs, you know, talk some conscious stuff just enough so you can get in some chick pants. That's all it's about. Let's be for real. You just trying to get in somebody's pants. You just trying to get in the woman pants. That's it. That's all it is to you. You know, it's nothing serious about you guys. You know. You just want you even you guys who in the religion thing, you ain't no different. You trying to get in the women pants, or some of you guys homosexuals, you trying to get in each other pants. You know, you fagged out in the church now. You know, sex. That's all it's driven by. Money. Just like Negroes in the street, you ain't no different. Y'all all vibrate on the same submental level. Same submental level. There is no connection to the mind of God. There's nothing beyond that for you. You don't even understand what God is. You don't even understand or know what God is. All you can do is believe. And when you believe in something, you create your own delusional world around those sets of beliefs. Lies. Our people wouldn't know the truth if it came up and stared them in the face. They wouldn't know the truth. And if it did, they would run from it. Because their whole existence in this society is a lie. Like I said, you could tell our people the truth about Africa. I done had discussions with people, and I told them, I said, how is it that you claiming Africa and you saying our people are from Africa when the white man, you know, we never even thought in terms of continents. We didn't think like that. That is the white man's concept of Africa and black people coming and being sectioned off in this world. We never were sectioned off anywhere. We roamed freely. You could find black statues in China and Europe. You could find black people all over. But then they'll say, oh, but they was African first and they came from Africa. No, it was not no African first. Our people was all over the planet. There was no point of origin where our people came from. That's a lie. But like I said, because you want to identify with the word, with a continent like the white man did, because our people are good mimics. We like to follow everybody. We want to follow the white man. We want to do what he do. We want to be linked to something. We want to say, oh, this is a homeland that we can go home to. The whole damn planet is your home. The white man, see, he don't think like that. He thinks globally. That's why he'll go to Africa and take over, you know, South Africa and all them other places, and he'll have a base in Europe, and he'll be in China. He'll be all over the place doing business everywhere. He don't think like that. He thinks globally. While he gets you marginalized and gets your way of thinking into thinking, get you thinking locally or just marginalizing you into a small space. And then what does he do when he marginalizes our people into a small space, like into continents like Africa? All of a sudden, the AIDS virus comes through. Ebola virus comes through and wipes out them people. Why? Because they're focused on being in one space. The ones of our people, the intelligent ones of our people, they'll sit up here, you know, and they'll move around. They're smart enough to move around and not be sitting targets. You know, they're not stupid enough to be sitting targets. You know. Our people talk this crap about how much they hate America, the so-called conscious. I get so sick and tired of the revolutionary Negroes and how much they hate the white man and whatnot. Then leave America. Go somewhere else. If you hate this society so much, you Israelites and all you guys hate this society so much, why are you still here? Who are you to tell people that they can't, the women, if they want to walk around with their ass out, excuse my language, if they want to do that, then let them. That's their business. Oh, we can't stand it here. We hate this society. We can't wait till the Lord come and destroy this society. Why don't you leave? Go somewhere else and set up. If these people want to do what they want to do, if they want to be wicked as you call it, that's their business. Who are you to tell somebody that they can't be, they can't do what they want to do? Who the hell are you? If black women want to be lesbians, let them. If the black woman, you men in religion want to talk about, oh, they tell you this lie, you black women, and y'all fall for this nonsense. You fall for this nonsense. You sit up here and talk about, this sister told me, she says, she told me she couldn't shake my hand because she was Muslim, and that's not a law that's not allowed. By who? By some men who set that up, some insecure men who scared that another man touching their woman hand mean that man gonna get their woman in bed. Well, let me tell you something. I've seen relationships. I've seen men and women who been in close contact. You would think the body language, like they don't even talk to each other, nothing like that. And I found out later that they having sex behind the husband's back. But you would never know it because their contact is not. They don't have that type of contact. So if you think that because a man shake a woman's hand, that mean they're going to end up in bed. Listen, if a woman want to go to bed with another man, that's her business. If she wants to leave you, let her. You don't own nobody. Nobody owns anybody. Okay? If a man want to go and bed with another woman and go out on, that's his business. Now, if you want him back, that's on you too. If the man, you don't own anybody. All these laws and things like this, where you men in the talking about how the women's supposed to be, and that's all a bunch of laws made up by a bunch of insecure men, not by no higher power, not by no God. That's a lie. All to suppress women. That's all that's about. All to keep you because they insecure about being more than what you want to be. Like I said, if the black woman want to go out here and lay up with 50 people, that's her business. That's her business. I don't have to agree with it. But it's not for me to agree with or disagree. That's her business. I'm not going to stand on the corner and preach about that. See, because when you do stuff like that, why don't you just tell the truth? The reason why you preach and stand on the corner talking about that is because you really are not useful in any other way. Because you're doing Jerry Springer. Because it's better just to stand up there like a bunch of clowns and talk about people and what they're doing instead of showing your accomplishments, instead of being an example. What are you doing that's any better? What are you doing that's any better? You only do that, and you only sit up here and talk about, because you want, like I said, it's just something for you black men to vent. And religion, or wherever you believe, I don't care if you're Christian, Muslim, Israelite, it's just a way for you to vent, and it's a way for you to sit up here and talk crap about the woman and down her when you doing the same thing. You laying up and doing the same thing. You talking about how wicked the women are, but you laying with them. That's so hypocritical. But yet you think some God going to come down out the sky and give you control of the plan because you stand on the corner preaching about nonsense, making up stuff, lying, delusional. How do you free a people? Truly free a people. It says in that Bible, the truth shall make you free. Not your version of the truth, not this is your truth, and this is my. No, it's not. No, this is your truth, and no, it's not. No many truths. There's only one truth. Everything else is lies. And these Negroes is lying. Our people are living lies in this society. You understand? They sitting up here telling our people, like I said, they act like they so concerned about our people in religion and things like that. Nobody's concerned about our people in religion. That's just a setup for people to come take your money. That's all. It's a con. It's a scam. They don't give a damn whether you show up in church or not. If you send a check, they'll be happy. They don't care if you show up. They got ATM machines in the back of the church. That tell you something. They show you how simple-minded our people are every time you find somebody named Creflo Dollar. That show you that our people are simple-minded, how people are simple-minded. The man telling you what he about. But, hey, that's what our people want. You don't want the truth. You don't want reality. You want Negroes in nice, slick-back hair and shiny suits talking about politics and a bunch of nonsense that can't help you. You want Negroes that's running around and look good and look the part and got people standing around them, and it sound good, but it's not helping you. It's not helping you. That's what you want. You want to be lied to. Our people want to be lied to. I'm starting to see that. That's the truth. Our people want to be lied to. You know? The black man is God. Really? Really? Yeah, that might have been true at one point in time, but you're not God no more. You're not God of anything. You're God of nothing. Okay? Because you send you can't even build schools for your own children. You can't sustain businesses to support yourself and your family. You know? A lot of you black men, with the polygamy thing, you tell me, oh, well, we doing it. I'm a god and I got my earths or I got my women so we can uphold the family structure and things. Look, you trying to pimp, okay? You want women for sex. You want to show out that you got women. It's that pimp hoe mentality. Stop it. Stop lying. Oh, I think this is why polygamy is gonna work for our people. You want this whole. You're doing it to make people jealous. You want other men to envy you. That's what it's about. Some real submental juvenile BS. How do you breed real men? By breeding lies out of them. How do you breed real women out of this shell of what you calling a black one, which is just a black female? You breed truth into them. You tell them the truth. And those of our people who are going to stand up and live by the truth, the real truth, not nobody's version of the truth, that's what's going to produce a strong people. Because like I said, the white man live the truth every day, the ones who are in power. They got to make decisions like going into Iraq and taking oil and things like that. Yeah, they taking it. They taking it. You Negroes, y'all got some problem with that. They go over there with the Iraqis and live with them. They trying to come over here. They taking it. And you going to use it. You going to stop in the gas station and you going to fill up your car off of it. So cut the BS that you so concerned. The Iraqis, they're not giving you no money. They're not feeding your family. You sit up here and you call a white man the devil, but you send your kids to the school system he set up, though. I'm not saying, oh, you got to love him and whatnot for what he do for you. But what I'm saying is that you in this society. You're living here. You're not setting up anything here. At least start by setting up communities for your own children. Set up schools for your own children if you want to claim to be a real man. You know, do something for yourself. If you got people sitting up here got gripes about, oh, the white man, he gives the woman more preference over the black man in the jobs. Why are you even in the white man's office? Why are you in his face trying to get a job? Why are you even in his face? Since you hate him so much and he the devil, why are you worrying about what he giving the black woman? You jealous? You jealous because he didn't give you a piece of the pie? And that's the real reason why a lot of your so-called black revolutionaries are so pissed off. They mad because they didn't get a piece of the pie. Because I guarantee you right now, all these guys that talk this white man's the devil nonsense, let the white man cut them a check right now for reparations or whatever. The line will be long. We know it. You're not concerned about, because he already told you a check could just buy off anything. Money could buy off anything. You couldn't tell the Jews that. They'll ride the Holocaust thing out, and you're not going to be able to tell them, oh, we'll pay you for, your pain and your suffering. They still remember what their people went through. Our people went through 400 years of that, and you mean to tell me that all that can be wiped away with a check? Huh? You think that all could be wiped away with a check? Some of you Negroes is okay with that. Some of y'all okay with that. I don't understand how you sit up in these places. I don't understand how people sit up here and listen to these so-called black leaders. I don't understand how you can sit up here and listen to them with a straight face. You got to get knee deep and with your BS boots on. You got to get knee deep in they BS. I can't. I told the sister, Sister Dawn out there, I told her, I can't. I can't listen to these people. I can't go to these things. I can't. I'm too truthful. I am. I'm gonna be true. I can't. And I'm so truthful. People don't want me around. I'm just so truthful. Straight up about my life and who I am. what I stand for, the evolution of my people. Not the revolution, but the evolution of my people. I lay my life down for that. I go out here every day. I lay my life down in about that. And you have Negroes out here be mad because you being truthful, because you're not part of the BS. Because these Negroes really don't stand for nothing at all. And it's necessary, like I said, my thing is usually let a fool be a fool, let a fool be led by a fool, let fools be led by a fool. That's fine. But my thing is for the ones of our people who are sincere, who are truly looking for reality, you know, the ones who are people who are truly looking for that, I wanted to give them something that was real. We're doing that within the state of Mentel. We're giving our people something that's real. I don't care less about these people. I care about the sincere people who are looking for the truth, who really want the truth. See, because sincerity, when you look in the eyes of people, you can see who's sincere, who's real about the evolution of the people. I ride with them people all day. You understand? Them other people, like I said, I can't. Dr. York was sincere. That's why he's sitting in jail. He was sincere. You know? Because if he wasn't, he would be out here, you know, still getting money and whatnot. They claim he molested some kids and whatever else. BS. He was sincere. He was actually the lamb. What is the lamb? The lamb is one who is sacrificed for truth's sake. Huh? He was real. Elijah went to jail. Elijah Muhammad. Garvey went to jail for the truth. You know? They went to jail for the truth. For teaching the truth to our people. They suffered. You know? That's what happens when you really are real in this society. You're gonna suffer a bit. You might go into bondage. You might be put in trials and tribulations. A lot of these Negroes out here that's preaching on the street corners, you know what I mean? They ain't going to jail. Ever wonder why the white man don't lock them up? Because he knows they're not talking about nothing. They're not electrifying the people. There was just a bunch of angry black men standing on the corner venting. That's all. Bunch of black men standing on the corner venting. Getting more black men to stand on the corner venting. It should be called angry black men screaming. You mad because you mad at the black woman because she did you dirty. Your feelings got hurt. You know, somebody said to me one time. He said, you know, you lift up a lot of these black men out here. You know, if you lift up, you know, you check under the skin of a lot of these so-called black men out here. You thugs, you Negroes with your pants hanging down. You blunt smokers and all you guys. You know, you common street trash Negroes. And I'm gonna just be real with you. Because I grew up with you. I stood on the corner. I did all that, hustled with you. I know how y'all are. I know your mentality. Under all that, you guys are weak. You script down these black men, these so-called thugs with their pants hanging down. You ain't nothing but a bunch of naked women. You mad? Oh, I had to do what I had to do. I'm standing on the corner. I had to hustle and whatnot. I had to feed my family. You know, these niggas is this and this, that, and the third. Man, look. You know, you love the white man. You guys are a bunch of Uncle Toms. You thugged out Negroes. You'll screw face each other in a minute. I ain't got on the train and seen black men screw facing me and whatnot. I'm not even paying no attention to them screw facing each other. And you ready to cut up and fight your own brother. When the white woman come, the white man come, you smile in their face. When you need a seat? You all right? But then you'll turn around and ready to hurt your own brother. You Negroes are a bunch of coons. You know that? You are a bunch of Sambos and coons. You thugs. You guys walking around with your pants hanging down, with your behind hanging out of your pants, and nobody wants to see that. Maybe you putting it on display for another reason. You know? Maybe you putting your ass on display for a reason. Excuse me for saying it like that, but it's the truth. You know? Maybe you guys got some pink in your slip. I think so. I think, you know, this whole pants sagging thing is just an excuse to let the the real you out, if you know what I mean. You know, what kind of style is that? Because even when we was doing the sagging thing 20 years ago, like in my time, even when we was doing that, we wasn't showing our underwear. You know, we let our pants hang a little bit. We wasn't showing our underwear, and every time you turn around, your pants getting lower and lower. I done seen a few of you niggas with no drawers on. You know, I done seen it. We gonna talk real tonight, right? You know, I seen y'all putting your backsides on display because obviously you want to advertise. I don't think you're advertising it to women. You know, oh, that's just a style, son. That's just what we doing right now. Really? Right? What else are you doing right now? Because every time I turn around, I see in the crew, it's one gay dude in the crew. Used to be a time, we didn't see that. Now it's one gay dude in the crew now. He probably sleeping with one of you thugs. You know? I'm sure he ain't hanging around y'all for nothing, and y'all okay with that. Living the lie. Living the lie. I'm going to tell you something. Our people have to expose lies and bring about real truth in order for it to be a real freedom to come to our people. Freedom will come to pass when truth comes to pass, when we actually stand up on the truth and stop BSing. That's the only time when real things are going to happen for our people, when we become real people. When we start dealing with each other real, our women real, the men dealing with each other real, as brothers. You understand? Stop trying to cheat each other and things of that nature and whatnot. Like I said, when we do in the state, when we come back with the State of Mentel meetings and the Mind Power conferences, which we're gonna be holding in New York, we about making the black man and black women over in a better image, the real image of who the black men and black women, because the real black men and black women have not seen the light of day in this society. I'm gonna be honest with you. The potential of who we are, because we've been amongst so many niggas, we have not seen the true potential in the real black men and black women stand up and rise up in this society and do anything for themselves because we had too many niggas amongst us. We tried it in the Garvey movement. We tried it in the Nation of Islam and the Ansar Allah. And you had great men like Garvey, Elijah Muhammad, Dr. York, who came and they tried to electrify and build their people, but unfortunately they had niggas amongst them. You know, because wherever you gather black people that are trying to really do something and they're going to live by the truth, you're always going to have niggas will always come somewhere. They'll come out of the woodwork from somewhere. They will always come out of the woodwork somewhere just to derail what it is you're doing, just to cause mischief. They will do that just to start to spread lies because that's what they do. People on that sub-mental level, this is what they do. They spread lies and cause confusion. Because what does the word confusion mean? One who is against the fusion. Con means against. Fusion means coming together. One who is against the coming together of people. The fusion means to bring together. Fuse. Con, against. So those who are here to cause confusion, they're here to break apart the fusion of the togetherness of our people. United we stand, divided we fall. And we just constantly falling. See, because if you confuse enough people and you keep them divided and you lie to them, the people that sit on top can constantly control them and utilize them. And the black man, he learned the trick well from the white man, because the white man is the only one conning our people. You got blacks going hand in hand. They devils too. They, what you call a devil. Demented Negroes. Demons. Demented ones. Ones who are not in tune with the higher knowledge of the true and living God. You understand that? That's real. You got people here who are meant to cause confusion. You got Negroes here who got big egos and whatnot, and they don't like the fact that, if a brother come up and, he's right and he's trying to be right and exact and he's trying to tell the truth, there's who this Negro think he is? Who that nigga think he is? That's what a lot of you black men suffer from. That's what a lot of you black men suffer from. You understand? You suffer from this. You black women suffer from this. You hate each other. You still got that lie bred in your head that, if, she, who she thinks she is, that jealousy, envy. And a lot of you do that. You want to do better in society because you want to breed jealousy and envy in your brother and your sister. You want to breed that. You do it just for that. You ain't doing it to help your people. You rappers, you entertainers, you're not getting money to help your people. You sitting up here, these simple-minded niggas, Weezy and the Birdman or whatever, a $5 million bet on some football game. But, how about helping your people? Maybe use that money to build a hospital for your people in your neighborhood in New Orleans or doing that. Oh, no, man, I'm betting this my money. I'm going to bet it on the football game. And you're right. You can do whatever you want with your money. You can do whatever you want with your money, but that's the mentality. I want you to understand it. That's the mentality. To show off, to say that I got enough money to bet it on the football game because the money ain't nothing. That's why I said our people got money in this society. They got money. That's why I said that the lie is that, money will make our people better. If we had more money, things would be better. If we had more whatever, things would be better. That is not going to make things better. Truth will make things better. Truth and togetherness will make things better. Let's do it together. I was looking in the chat room, and his brother, Team Amazing, is on the case. He said, the truth, I'm going to read his comment. He said, it is the truth. The truth doesn't require exclamation points, caps, repetition, or cosigners. It is on them to search it out. Search it the hell out, okay, to uncover it. Well, here's the thing about that, Team Amazing. This society and our people are constantly pushing lies out. The truth is not given enough light in this society. Lies are constantly in motion and constantly flowing into the society, whereas we now think that the lies are the truth. And for those of you who may know the truth or think you know the total truth, there's always lies that are constantly being pushed into the society. And lies are pushed so hard into society, are constantly in motion, are constantly flowing, that even the ones of our people who think they know the truth can be deceived and lied to. We wanted to push truth hard in order to bring about like pressure to burst pipes, like to make diamonds, because we want to produce truthful people, intelligent people, logical people. So this is necessary. Because just as they think it's necessary, the powers that be think it's necessary to constantly push lies in this society, to constantly bathe our people in lies, to our people a bunch of liars now. Because our people are constantly living lies. The truth is not exalted enough. The truth is not exalted enough amongst our people. It's not exalted enough amongst our people. We need to hear the truth more and more. We constantly, I shouldn't be the only one doing that. I shouldn't be the only one doing that, because I search down radio shows and blog talk shows, and I hear lies. Very few brothers, there's one brother out of the UK, very few people are telling the total truth here and there. It's bits and pieces. Because, like I said, it's always, when one truth comes out, it's always a lie that comes somewhere down the pipeline. We need the total truth. For our people that don't think this is necessary, then this is not for you. This broadcast is not for you. We up here telling our people the truth to make a better people out of them, the people who want the truth, because there's many of our people out there who are sincere, who want the truth. A lot of our people are sitting here partaking in lies and whatnot, and not because they want to. A lot of our people are just being misled. A lot of people, it's their job to cause confusion. You understand? So a lot of our people who are worse than the beast, because they work on his level mentally, on that sub-mental level, to cause confusion. So it is necessary to bring about truth in our people. Young black men today, I'm concerned about young black men and young black women today. Everything that they do in the society is based on lies. And we got to worry about them because they're the future. And even if you say, okay, well, I'm raising my children up and whatnot in truth and whatnot, they're growing up with in a peer group of kids that are, their way of thinking is based on lies. So if their way of thinking is based on lies, they're going to breed a lying mentality in your children. Pants hanging down, acting a certain way, carrying themselves a certain way, all based on a lie, that this is somehow cool. See, the black man is trapped in the illusion and the lie of being cool. You know, I noticed that with the black man. His only religion is trying to be cool. His only way of life is trying to be cool. What kind of gear he got, how many women he got. That's always at the base of everything he does, the majority of our people, the black man. You know, that's always at the base. That's the truth. That's always at the base of what they do. How many women I got, how many clothes, how much clothes I got, how many shoes I got. So that's always, you know, how slick can I talk, how much hip-hop dialogue and lingo and slang and whatever you talking, you know, how much of this nonsense can I talk? How much of this nonsense can I convey to my people and try to still be cool? When the truth of the matter is you look like a fool. In society, you look foolish. You look childlike. You look childlike amongst people who are moving ahead in society, who are taking control of their lives and control of the world. They're part of the world. You look foolish and childlike. You and what you think in this society does not matter. You're not weighing in. You're not a factor in this society at all. So the whole point is to get our people right mentally by dealing with them logically and telling them the truth, the ones of our people who want things to be better. Because if you think the black man is okay in the society, if you think that our problem is, you know, is an individual one, then that's a lie. You already done fell for that lie. That, oh, everybody got to, you know, be individuals, look out for it. I mean, ultimately, people are going to decide to go wherever they want to go, but the message is for the message of truth, logic, intelligence, and better black men and better black women breeding a new race of people out of the black race. That is the message of the state of Mentel, because the black race is messed up. They're destroyed. So you have to take survivors out of the burning building. You got to try to reach the survivors in the burning building, because the majority of our people are dead. That's the truth, if you want some truth. The majority of my people, well, I'm not even talking to you. Majority of our people, I'm not even concerned about you, because y'all already dead. You already died in that submental way of thinking a long time ago. You know, you already vibrate on a low mental frequency. It's nothing that can be done for you. That's something you got to revive yourself at this point. I'm interested in reviving the ones of my people, the remnant of my people, who are going to come together and form a new society, a new community within this community, and eventually something bigger and better, because it's necessary for the evolution of our people. The Jewish community, like I said, all over the country, that was necessary for their people to raise their children up to be productive people and, you know, better citizens. But the black man, black woman, they don't see that. When the white man sends his children to private school, it's because he doesn't want his children educated around you. He doesn't want his children educated around just anybody. He wants his children educated around his kind, people who think like him. All that private schools, they set up things like that for their children all the time. They don't want their children to have a general education, like it's okay for you black people who want to just send your kids to the white man's public school. And then you go, well, some of us ain't got no means to send our kids to better schools. Then get the means. Get the means. Come together with each other. Get the means. If it's about your children, it's about your future, get the means. Not having is not an excuse for not getting. I'm sick and tired of black people sitting up here talking about, oh, well, we ain't got this, we ain't got that, why we can't get no businesses in our community, because you don't want it. You really don't want it. You only want it because you're jealous of people, the Arabs and the Chinese and all these people and the Spanish who come and they want it. Then you get mad when they take your money, but then you don't want to come together and do nothing and get it yourself. You don't want to do nothing. You're just jealous and angry at them because they wanted it and they made it happen. That's the truth. It's like the black woman that don't want the black man until he becomes successful. You know. Then she care about whether the black man's the white woman or another woman, type of woman. Then she mad. You only want it out of jealousy. You don't want to see people with something. You don't want to work for nothing. Our people want things to fall in their lap. Well, some of us going, this ain't necessary. Well, it is necessary. It's necessary all day for the evolution of our people. And once our people stop seeing the need for things like this, then we in trouble. Once you done decided to let people, the insane people run the asylum, you letting loudmouth Negroes who sitting around talking about slick back hair and when they're talking about what's going on in the Middle East and all kind of nonsense. Who cares? Who cares what's going on in the Middle East? Your children dying here. Can you focus on that? Why are you focused on politics here? Can you black men focus on your children here? Why you can't build schools for your children? Why you can't build a corporation or a business where your woman ain't got to go out and work for the white man, or you ain't got to go out and work for the white man? Can you focus on that? Isn't that more important? You think the Arabs and the people, the Iraqis over there care about you? You think they're giving you a second thought? Hell, they trying to get over here in your neighborhood and get a store and sell you honey Dutches and whatever you Negroes are smoking, honey Dutch masters and whatever nonsense you buying in their store. That's what they trying to do. You know? You concerned about them. We got to move beyond that. We got to move beyond this mentality, this sub-mental way of thinking, these lies. We Moors, we we Africans, we revolutionaries, we metaphysicians. Well, we all these things. Right. We've been all these things since the beginning, since the last century, since the last millennium, and it's basically gotten us nowhere. Most of you, like I said, most of you guys, y'all talking that stuff because you want to sound heavy and you want to sound deep and you want to sound smart because you want to stand over somebody else and you want to make yourself look smarter than other people, and you're trying to get in the woman pants. That's the extent of your black revolutionary talk and your black nationalistic talk. How many women you can screw, how many sisters you can game and kick it to, that's the extent of that. There's nothing beyond that. There's nothing beyond the talk. It all sounds good. But if you feel as though you got something to say to add on to the truth, call in. Weigh in. 914-338-0504. Call in. Weigh in. Because this is the truth show. We're exposing all the lies, the politics, all the nonsense that we get trapped up in. Because this world is full of lies. It's always going to be full of lies. But we don't have to get caught up by the lies. We can't afford to be delusional people. We can't afford it. (216), you on the air. Hello?
Yeah, peace to you, brother.
All right, peace.
Yeah, man, I'm in accord with what you're teaching tonight. You know, you on point with it, man. I mean, this is what it's all about, man. It's all about letting go of what we've been taught all of our lives to be the truth, man, because it's not the truth, you know, and that's evident by the way we live, you know, and then, you know, and it's very simple, too, you know. I mean, a person doesn't have to be highly educated in order to figure this shit out, man. You know, you just have to apply math and science to everything that you deal with. Just use your logical mind, and you can work this out. It's simple, and you'll see, and you can expose the lies that have been told to us, you know, through religion, through education, through politics, everything that they dump on us. They lie to us to keep us subjected so that we can't be the gods that we are naturally and we're inherently who we are. Because that's who we are. That's our ancestry. That's our history on this planet. Our people have been on this planet for millions of years. Millions of years we've existed here. We've had civilization and technology. We've had everything here. You know, it's just in these recent times, once this pale man hit the planet over the last 6,000 years, this is the only time that we've been subjected to this kind of madness. You know, so we need to come up out of this. We need to learn to let them go. Let them go, because they have nothing for us. There's nothing that they have planned for us. Good. We have to let them go and build for ourselves.
Well, I tell you something, brother. I definitely agree with you on that, but we got to stop saying that they lied to us. We lie to ourselves every day because we actually want to believe that they're going to help. We still want to believe that. A lot of our people say they want to let go of the white man hand, but that's not true. They don't want to, you know, because when we talked up and, you know, we brought about the State of Mentel, which is a future intelligence group where we moving away from religion and we dealing with future intelligence and higher intelligence and logic and thinking and, you know, within the State of Mentel. And we offered this and I submitted it to my people. You go to the som.info to see the State of Mentel site and see the About Us section of who we are. You know, this is the evolution of black men and black women that are moving out and from beyond our own people, because our own people want to stay in this certain mind frame. So there has to be a separation, because the majority of our people, they lie into themselves. They don't want to do anything. A lot of them, like I said, they talk all of this. We got to do this, and we got gods, and they hold us. Nobody's holding us back from anything. We holding ourselves back. Because I used to say all the time, I said, if the white man was to disappear tomorrow, or he was to go like, okay, you black people, y'all really want the world, and he said, here, you take the reins. The black man within 24 hours would be begging the white man to take back over.
Oh, absolutely.
See,
absolutely.
Because the black man don't want responsibility. You know, the black man don't want responsibility. He don't want to be in charge of anything. He don't want to be a god like he's saying he is. He's saying it because it sounds good. But the minute he has to live that out, he's not going to do it. You understand? The minute he has to feed his own family, build a school for his children, do the things the white man do for his society and his children, the black man will be like, oh, well, yo, I got to go, peace. Because all the God talk sounded good as long as you could get in the woman's pants, as long as you could, try to talk all heavy and deep. But that's the extent of all the God talk. You know?
Right. Well, it is. It is. Well, you're right about that for certain brothers, you know, but there are those of us that are out there, man, that are dead serious about ours, brother. We know who we are. We know where we come from, and we know what the truth is. You know, it's just like what you just pointed out, you know, just like that nigga King, Martin Luther King. You know, the black man was forced at one time in this country because the white boy didn't want you in his restaurants. He didn't want you in his theaters. He didn't want you nowhere around him. So we were forced to make our own theaters, our own bus companies, our own taxi cab companies. We have all this jumping off. We had a little nation coming up in the 40s and 50s. But King came along and decided, we want to drink out of their fountains. Come on, let's give up our water fountain so we can go drink out of his. Let's give up our taxi cab so we can ride in his. See, that's the mentality that killed us. You know, right there, following behind brothers, well, not even, that ain't no brother, following behind niggas like that. You know, that are put in place. See, these people are put in place, man, to trick us because they know that our minds aren't conditioned to discern between the two. So it's easy to trick an untrained mind.
Exactly.
Very easy.
Exactly.
You know, but you're absolutely right about that, though. Some dudes do try to get heavy because they're looking to get into sisters' pants, and that's not cool, man, at all. But that is what it is.
But that's what we have to address in ourselves first before we start worrying about the white man. Because once we fix the problem with ourselves and we separate the black men from the niggas and separate and cause that separation to take place, because reality, nothing like reality. Reality will, the truth will separate the men from the niggas, the real men from the niggas. When it come time to do the work and put work in and come together as a people, the ones who don't want to do it, those are your niggas. Those are the ones who want to sit around and they're gonna be the ones who are not gonna do anything. They're just gonna talk and, oh yeah, brother, we know who he is, brother. We know. Knowing don't mean nothing. What are you doing about it? Because we had this sign one time when the brothers was out, and we had a sign. We said the black woman is God on it, right? And one of these 5% brothers come doing the black man is God. The black man is God. He beating on his chest trying to be a gorilla to us, and I'm like, what you doing that for? I'm like, what is the black man doing? What are you doing? You know, what are you doing, God? You know, and he just walked off. I'm like, yeah, I guess you thought you told us. I'm like, you know, you say show and prove. If you're not doing nothing, then you can't wear that title no more. Certain people, when I said, you know, about the Nation of Islam, I said, you know, Elijah Muhammad was trying to set people up in the place, the black man up in the place by telling them that he was God. But then you got a lot of these people, when he passed on, they couldn't wait to run up under the Arabs, under the pale Arabs. Because you really didn't believe Elijah Muhammad when he said the black man was God, because y'all wasn't ready for that. You wanted to be up under other people and worshiping other people, and still deferring to the white man, the Arab man, and anybody other than yourself. You know, and even to this day, and like I said, I'm not to take no shots at the brother, but they put this picture up, and they say that this man who they call Fard Muhammad is God, and they say he was a mulatto or whatnot, but he looks like a white man. But then you turn around and say the black man is God. You know, that don't make no sense. I'm like, you putting the image up. You say he's a mulatto, okay, that's fine, whatever. But he don't look like a mulatto. He looks like a white man, and it's not good for if you're going to say it. Turn around and say that the black man is God. People are going to get mixed messages about that. You know, so it's like it enforces that whole mindset that came before Islam, which I was teaching about putting the white man up on a pedestal. You understand? And it reinforced that whole idea of putting them on a pedestal over our heads. You know, we not putting up in this day and time, in this new era, we not putting no image of no white person or nobody who look like a white person over our heads. We not doing that. You know?
No. Well, you're absolutely right about that. I mean, you know, as far as the images go, you're absolutely correct, man. You know, we have to that has to be addressed immediately. Those images have to be destroyed and they have to be removed from the mind of the black man. You know, absolutely. Now, do we respect the information that was given to us by Farad? Absolutely, man, because it's always about the word. We ain't never supposed to be stuck on the person, you know, that brings you a word or delivers a word. You know, Prophet Muhammad was a pale Arab, but he brought truth. You know, so we don't focus on that. You know, but we've been taught to focus on those things. That's why you're right. We have to get up off these images, though, and focus on the word, focus on the truth.
Well,
and discern it, you know.
I said to some brothers in the Nation of Islam that they had it backwards. I said that Elijah was God in person and Fard was the messenger, and they was like, "What?"
Wow, there you go.
I said, yeah. I said based on the description of what Fard did, according to what you teach, I said Fard was the messenger and Elijah was the God in person. Because what did Fard do? Did he not come, leave a message, and leave?
Absolutely.
So then he was the messenger. Didn't Elijah Muhammad stay with y'all for 40 years? Isn't God supposed to be omnipresent, omnipotent, always present? Wasn't Elijah Muhammad's image, or wasn't he always present for 40 years amongst our people, putting up with things, running the nation, dealing with Negroes and dealing with our people, dealing with the white man and things like that, being the God that he was and just running this thing?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yes. So then that was God in person, and that was the messenger that left. You know, but see that, you know, our people still got that mentality where they want to put the white man or somebody who looks like a white man up on a pedestal, and we got to stop that. Because the brothers and the sisters was actually putting in the work building that nation, and you're going to defer to somebody who came, left a message, and left? Because even according to the story, if you say his father sent him here to teach the black man, then that means he was a messenger. His father sent him.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, that was too heavy for them because, like I said, you got a problem with exalting the black man as God. But yet y'all was the ones that pushed that in the first place, that the black man was God. But then when I say Elijah was God, y'all was like, you know.
Yeah, there's no doubt about, you know, Elijah's God status. You know what that brother was able to do and what he did in America, in the belly of the beast. You know what he was able to do, man, proves his God status without a shadow of a doubt. You know.
Yeah,
but once again, you know, we have to be about that word and that teaching, you know, and that's what's happened to us. We've gotten away from that. We've sold ourselves into the vision of America, and these house niggas are helping us are selling us away into it, you know. But once again, we're allowing ourselves to be sold away into it. Nobody's putting a gun to our head. We're allowing ourselves to be treated this way.
Mm-hmm. Like this brother asked, I guess he was asking me about what do I do for money. I guess I own a small beverage company. You know, if that Team Amazing, if that's what you're asking me, I own a small beverage company called Bright, and you know we are local in and around New York City, and we do pretty good. I'm all about building and doing things. I'm not just a talker. I don't like just talk. I like action. I like to see action. I take action. And see, a lot of times black men got a problem with that because, you know, when a black man is about action and actually doing something as opposed to just running his mouth and talking about I'm God and I'm this and I'm that. I'm tired of all the God talk. You know what I mean? I'm tired of all the God talk. I'm not a rapper. I'm not picking up a microphone. I'm not sitting here like a lot of these delusional young black men who think they're going to get a goddamn record contract and their life is going to be better. It ain't going to be no record contract. I went out and I started a beverage company, alkaline beverage company, Bright Beverages and whatnot. You'll see us, like I said, we in coffee and tea spots right now under the Thunderbolt name, but we changing over to the Bright Company because we are, the state of Mentel is a future intelligence movement, and we are dealing with making an intelligent and smarter black man and black woman in this new millennium. You know, we're cutting away from the ignorant ones of our people. You know, I'm all about pushing that. I'm saying that?
What kind of beverages?
We make iced tea. We got water, alkaline water. We make alkaline iced tea. We make alkaline beverages. We got alkaline fruit punch coming out, which will have acai berry in it, and it's going to have goji berry in it. It's going to be an alkaline fruit punch. Very good. We don't use white sugar, anything. So it's all natural. It tastes good, and like I said, we're in a few coffee and tea places right now, and we're gonna expand. That's how I make my living. I don't work for nobody.
Correct.
Mhm.
Well, I feel you, man. You know, I'm an independent care provider. You know what I'm saying? I work for myself.
Mhm. That's how the black man. That's how the black man has to be. We have to step up. We can't look to the white man to do nothing for us, because a lot of our people say that, but then when next thing you know, okay, you got it. Next thing the black man like, then all the fear come out, the fear factor come out, or we scared to stand up and be men, but then we want to talk about we gods. You can't be no God unless you're ready to stand up and be a man for real and come together with your people. I said the black man, if you really want change, we need to throw out all of these beliefs, all these ideologies, all these religions. You understand? To do away with them, all of it. Islam, Christianity, Judaism, and start from one. Start as one intelligent people. And then start from one. No beliefs, no nothing. Start with intelligence. What do we know? We're not interested in nobody's beliefs anymore, because beliefs are nothing but BS. They lies. That's why you look in the word belief, you see the word lie.
Yeah, be lied. Be lied to.
We don't need nobody lying to us no more. We don't need nobody telling us some BS about God and things like that. We need to know factually about who God is, and us. We need to know the factual truth about God, the logical truth about God. We don't need nobody's beliefs and somebody trying to interpret some more Qurans and Bibles for us and making up stuff so that they can get elite following and whatnot. And there's nothing wrong with having an organization, because the State of Mentel is an organization. We are a future intelligence organization. There's nothing wrong with building an organization of leaders and followers and checking, but as long as we following something that's intelligent, something that's logical. Because you follow things in this society every day. You following in America. You following American society, whether you know it or not. Every time you go to work, you pay your taxes, whatever, you're following something. So it's nothing wrong with actually following something. It's just that we've been following a lot of stupid things. That's the problem. And that's what the young generation do. They follow stupid things. It was nothing wrong with the Nation of Islam under the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. That was a beautiful thing. That was the best thing that could ever happen to the black man in America at that time. But we've outgrown Islam. We've outgrown Christianity. We've outgrown Judaism or Israelite school. We've outgrown the Bible. We've outgrown the Quran. We got to move on. So, still with me, brother?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. That's where we going.
Accord.
That's where we going. As one, we're starting as mentalists. And when we say we're mentalists, we mean people of the higher mind. Because all we actually do have, reality, what do we really have? All we have is our minds. And there is a mental knowledge that can move us forward, a higher knowledge that can move us forward. Religion and all these teachings of religion are nothing but the limited perceptions of men who are trying to figure out what God is. But logically, intelligently, there is a real answer, a truth to that answer, the truth to that answer of who God is. God is the future us in constant evolution. That's what we're supposed to be becoming. We're supposed to be in a state of becoming. There is no, we God. No, we're constantly supposed to be in a state of becoming supreme beings, advancing, evolving ourselves. In other words, your son is supposed to, or your daughter is supposed to know more than you and your woman. They're supposed to teach you one day. And that's how it's supposed to be. But you have a lot of these people, a lot of these old timers who court in religion. They want to keep their children in religion, and they have this thing where they want to trap the people in religion, their children in religion, and they don't want their children to grow beyond that mentally, because they feel intimidated.
Right.
You can't, and the brother is right. You can't turn emotional people into logical, reasoning people. He's right. You're right about that, Team Amazing. So we're not reaching out to the emotional people, the people who are unchecked in their emotions. Those are the people that vibrate on a submental state. When we say the state of mental, the knowledge of MENTELLECT is for the elect ones of our people. It's only for the ones of our people who are moving to the next level mentally on that God level. I told the people in religion, I said the black man don't need no more religion. We don't need no more Christianity, no more Islam, no more Judaism. We don't need no more Bibles and Qurans. We need God's knowledge. We don't need no submissive knowledge. We don't need no knowledge of submission. We need to be in mission with God.
Well, that's already happening right now. You can hear it in your voice.
Yeah.
You know, the fact that you even on BTR, you know, talking the way that you're talking has already shown that you've awakened into your God consciousness. Now you're growing. Like you just said, we're always constantly striving, you know, to grow into our supreme, you know, our perfected supreme being that we're eventually to become, you know. But, you know, the way that you're speaking now, you know, and the fact that I can hear and receive you the way that I do, you know, and I'm in accord with that shows that we're already awakened in our God status or the reality of who we are. We just need to just continue growing. But you're there. You've already awakened. Ain't no doubt about that.
Well, we starting it moving. We starting to move on the straight line. We're leaving out of these circles of religion and these limited circles. It's time to get on the road and on the straight line to evolution. Forget the revolution, because the revolution means to revolve in a circle. We got to get in an evolutionary state where we are moving forward on a straight line to the point of no return. That's what we're supposed to be doing. We're not supposed to be moving in ciphers and in circles and talking about revolution, because revolution means repetitive ways of doing things, repetitive thought. We can't keep repeating the same thing over again, because that's insanity. We have to move on. Forever, all those who listening out there, State of Mentel, official site, the SOM.info. Hit me up on my page, the Intellectual Nuben Menkares. You hit me up on my page, become a friend of mine if you like the show. Listen every week. We always putting something out to raise the intelligence level of our people. That's what it's about. I'm going to put the SOM.info and my Facebook page, you know, my Facebook page, Intellectual Nuben Menkares, you know, because I have a lot of our people, they will try and keep us held back because they don't want to evolve. They want to keep us held back. You know, and a lot of these people, like I said, it's not always the white man. In fact, it's not the white man. A lot of our own people will hold us back because they not ready to move forward. They don't want to move forward. They feel like they can't move forward. And some of our people are not going to move forward because this is an evolutionary thing where some of the people are going to evolve and some are not. You know, I'm giving out my Facebook information on there for the brothers who want to hit me up and friend me and whatnot and keep in touch with what we're putting out on State of Mentel Radio and the SOM.info, which is going to become stateofmentel.com. You know, what we doing in building a new black man and a new black woman. We trying to take the mind power conferences all over the country to raise a new black man and a new black woman in this society because this is necessary. Real change, not no talk no more talking, no more speeches, no more talking about things that don't concern us. We only focused on the evolution of our people. That's it. So, all right,
every
brother?
week on Mondays for you?
Every week on Monday, brother. Every week. I'm trying to get to a point where I'm going to be doing 2 and 3 shows. I'm going to do one on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. One going to be dealing with financial evolution. It's going to be dealing with relationships, evolution in our relationships. All of this is about the evolution of moving forward, brother. You know what I'm saying? The knowledge we teaching is the knowledge of MENTELLECT. We don't need, like I said, we need the God knowledge now. You know, we need the God knowledge. We need to move it up. We need to step it up. It's time. We're in the new millennium. The new millennium requires new knowledge, brother.
Well, every week on Monday, man, I'll check in with you, brother, because I'm not going to call it a show. I'll check in with your class because that's what this is.
Check in with the class. All right, the broadcast. I like to refer to it sometimes. So I say this because I don't like putting on shows for that. Sometimes I'll slip and say show, but I don't like to refer to this as a show because them Negroes down the other end who in the conscious movement and all that, they do shows. I'm not interested in doing shows and performing for my people. I'm interested in raising the intelligence of my people. And like I said, for those people who want to show, I'm not downgrading them. If that's what they want to do. People want to go to the show and be entertained and whatnot and hear Negroes cursing and acting belligerent. That's fine. But that's not what you're going to get here. This is Future Intelligence Radio right here, State of Mentel Radio. All right?
Righteousness, brother. Peace be unto you. I'll see you next week.
All right, brother. What's your name?
Ali.
Ali. All right, brother. Take care.
All right, brother. Peace be unto you.
All right. Anyone else? We're in these final 5 minutes of this broadcast. You can check me out, the Intellectual Nuben Menkares on Facebook. You can thank you again for checking in, Dawn. Love her. Also, check us out on the we're gonna be doing shows on future broadcasts, I should say, on Wednesday and Friday, 3 times a week. I want to get like how the Messenger used to do when he used to do his radio shows and whatnot, because he made sure he was pushing Islam hard, just as I'm going to push Mentellect hard to my people, because this is the true thing that's going to evolve our people. Nothing else is going to help us in this society, not politics, not money, not any of these things that we think is going to change our condition. They're not going to change the condition of the people unless the people's minds change and evolve, because all you're going to have is a bunch of niggas with money. And that's what you got now amongst our people, niggas with money, just doing stupid Negro things. All right? We don't need that no more. So we're about to cash out of here. We're about to head out the door. I am the intellectual Nuben Menkares. This has been State of Mentel Radio. Good night.